What if electrical field around the earth, the higher you get off the ground, the more electricity that's naturally in the air, right? What if that natural electricity is what we consider spirits and souls of the deceased? What if that electricity that is naturally on the earth is what forms our consciousness in the womb? I believe in purgatory because I kind of feel like I lived before. I feel like I've been a female before. I feel like I've been through all this before. A whole different life as a different person. I kind of believe that when a person dies, as long as the soul is tied to the body, that person can't go into purgatory. Purgatory is waiting to catch a new life. See, when you're attached to a body, like let's say you pass away on an operating table, your spirit leaves the body. There's still an attachment to that body because sometimes after dying on the operating table, the human body comes back to life, right? I believe that being cremated is the only way to release the soul for purgatory. Purgatory just means that the spirit and soul gets released to the earth. Becomes part of that electronic field that the earth naturally has. The higher you get up in the atmosphere, the more electricity you can sense and feel. In purgatory, if you're not careful, you can grab the wrong life form. If you accidentally latched onto an eagle or maybe a worm. Purgatory, whenever you latch onto that worm, until that worm turns into dust where there's no body left to latch onto, you stay that worm regardless. Ooh, look at that tree. It's hollow in the middle. So cool. It's a lot of work. Doing this all by yourself? You doing this all by yourself? Man, what we got to do to make a living nowadays?
Gotta do it, man. Gotta make that money. Have a good day, man.
You too. That dude is killing it. Busting his ass. Looks like he should be retired by now. We only have a limited amount of time on this earth. These other religions are worried about what happens after you die. Cannabizm believes that we can make the earth a heaven. It's as simple as making all mankind equal. If all mankind was equal, that old man wouldn't be sitting there fucking cutting up a tree just to make ends meet. Life is like a 4.2 billion piece puzzle, right? One of these days, we will put the puzzle together to where all the pieces work together in unison. Create a better outcome for the whole instead of just each individual. Really should work together to prevent people from having to be old and tear up their bodies like that. See, sometimes you just die and you end up on the sidewalk motionless, waiting to turn into dust so that you can be born again. And I'd really hate to be a worm. I'd have been your Aunt Nancy and your Uncle Tom. How about your cousin Frank? That's why Cannabizm thinks all life is sacred. You don't really have that much time left on this earth, even after you just became born. And then after you die, if you're not cremated right away, you're attached to this planet for however long it takes your body to decompose. That's why when I die, I want to be cremated. My dust just turned into the breeze or something. I want to be released to that purgatory so I can become the next life form I choose to be. Cannabizm really hopes that one day we can all work together to create this heaven on earth instead of hoping it's going to be in the afterlife. If everybody was equal, world peace would actually be a thing. I mean, we'd look at our species, which right now, we look at each other and say, I'm better than you. That's not looking at your species as being superior as any other species. That's just fighting within your own species to be dominated over one another. Everybody wants to have the most money, the most power. Everybody wants to build their own little fortress of solitude Which one day, when Cannabizm gets rich and famous, and I start hiring my angels for $100,000 each, I start paying it forward as the god of Cannabizm. See, right now, I'm not the god of Cannabizm because Cannabizm don't exist. Cannabizm has to get that first million before it can exist. But until then, I guess I just have to keep preaching the good word. Maybe one day we can actually make this earth would be considered a heaven for all mankind. That would be a wonderful thing, wouldn't it? When there's no suffering, no hatred, no war, no racism. I know it can be done. People are naturally good. You just have to show them that there is somebody there that cares. And in today's world, it's very easy to let people think that we don't care about them. It's very easy to be all by yourself and not like what anybody or anyone is saying or doing. Imagine if your religion took care of you, provided your shelter, provided your vehicle, provided whatever food you wanted. What if your religion was the foundation of your whole life that took care of you and your family, helped take the burden off of you, provided that child care whenever you needed to have a few days off, or provided that education when you wanted to learn a new trade or skill, or shoot, even provided the priest or preacher to talk to that actually heard you out and understood what you're going through, because I have been there before as well. Cannabism isn't a fluke. It's a made-up religion that I came up with to redistribute the wealth in society. Now, if Cannabism never makes its first million, Cannabism will never be made. But if Cannabism does make that first million, Cannabism will be that first religion that pays angels to do good things in life. Not just by preaching the good word, by living it and showing and setting the good example. You know, I'm just trying to live this life too. And since I don't believe in the afterlife, since I don't believe in a heaven after I die, till I get my million and I start giving out other people's money, and I'm going to live just like all of you. Selfish to my own content. Hopefully one day the rich will heed my word and start spreading the wealth so that heaven can exist one day or another. I don't really believe that will ever happen without somebody taking the first step. I'll preach His word every day until I become rich and famous, and then I'll take that first million, build my church, and then I'll take every 100,000 after that to pay it forward to make somebody's life a little bit easier, to work for Cannabism and spread the good word and show everybody what it's like to be good. Anything so I don't wind up to be a dead worm on the sidewalk. Life is what you make it. Earth is how you live it. Can we please make the heaven before we all die? I'd really hate to not be able to see my vision come true. But until next time, love, peace, and happiness, y'all.